Hey friends, and welcome back to Vlogmas Day 1. Before we jump into this Q&A, I just wanted to show you a few clips of our weekend. This is kind of like the weekend of Thanksgiving, I guess you could say. I made my very first loaf of sourdough. I told y'all in my last video that I had bought some sourdough because I just couldn't keep mine alive, and I rehydrated it, and 24 hours later I fed it, and then it was ready to use within hours. So I have just been so excited and experimenting with this. I have made bread with it so far. I have made sourdough pancakes, or by far my favorite pancakes that I have ever had. I just followed Farmhouse on Boone, her recipe, and they were absolutely amazing. They taste like your old farmhouse pancakes. They're delicious. Y'all have to try them. I didn't show that in this video, which I should have probably showed the whole recipe and everything. I may do that in another vlog through Christmas. Anyway, I'm just kind of showing you some clips here of the sourdough process and weighing it. I think weighing it in grams has really helped me too, to be able to keep track. I didn't do that before when I tried my sourdough. And I got these scales off of Amazon for so cheap. I think they were like $14 or $15. And I'll link those down below just in case if you're looking for like a cheap set to use. It comes in really, really handy. And then after I got everything weighed, I covered it and put it up. So it has been really cold here. So Josh has been keeping a fire going, and I have just been keeping my sourdough above the mantle, or above the fireplace on the mantle. And that has really helped, I think, help it grow within a few hours so that I can use it again. I'm just putting some clothes in the washer now, holding little Jack. But it turned out beautiful. The first loaf, I was very surprised. I know it's not as pretty as some as you see out there. You know, some of them are absolutely gorgeous. But I really think for my first sourdough loaf that it turned out really pretty, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. And also it was delicious. The first loaf that I made did not taste like a whole lot of, I guess, your typical sourdough loaf. But the second recipe that I used called for more starter, and that one really had like the sourdough flavor to it, and I think that was the trick, was just using more sourdough starter in my bread. And Josh and I made sandwiches with it yesterday, and it was like one of the best sandwiches ever. It was really good. For sourdough bread, you do want the internal temperature to be 200 degrees. That's really important to keep check on that, just to make sure it gets done all the way through. And then the day after Thanksgiving, on Friday, one of our traditions is the day after Thanksgiving is to go get milkshakes from Chick-fil-A. And then we just ride and look at Christmas lights. And this is a place that we go to every year. It's like a drive-through. You just drive through and look at the lights. They actually have this little village that you can get out, and they have Santa Claus there, and they have hot chocolate. And we got out there, it's been years. Usually we just ride through, we just let the kids ride through, but years ago we did get out and let the kids do some of the stuff there. It was a lot of fun, and we had talked about maybe coming back another time in December and getting out and let the kids enjoy that again. But it's just a real slow drive through, so we let the kids unbuckle and come up front where they could see the lights better. So Jackson was really soaking that in for his first time. Like he was looking, it was like just so cute watching him and his face, and Millie seeing these lights. But they're just really neat to watch. I love going to this every year. But anyway, I just wanted to share a few clips there with y'all, but we'll go ahead and jump into this video and this Q&A, and I hope that y'all enjoy it and stick around for more videos this Vlogmas. Alright y'all, so here we are on Vlogmas Day 1. I'm going to go ahead and start this video out though, kind of explaining what Vlogmas is going to look like for me this year. And that is, I know today's Sunday, December the 1st, but I wanted to go ahead and get the first day of Vlogmas out. But more than likely, I will not be posting on the weekends. So my Vlogmas will pretty much be Monday through Friday through December. And that won't even be till the end of December. That will probably be up until Christmas. And then after Christmas, I might have one video out of our Christmas day together. We'll just see how it goes. We're just going to kind of play this thing by ear and see how it works out. But I do know that I want to do some form of Vlogmas this year, and I thought what better way to do that than to start out with a Q&A to let everybody that might be new here, or just any of you that are curious, to ask me some questions, to get to know me better, get to know my family better, So I just thought that's the perfect way to start off Vlogmas Day 1 is by doing a Q&A and share a little bit about myself. And if you are new here and you're stopping for the first time, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. Stick around, become part of our YouTube family. I've gotten to know so many people in my community just by you leaving comments, and I feel like I have built a relationship with some of you just because you comment almost on all videos. You support me, you encourage me, and it's just nice to have that community. So y'all let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you're new here, and let's just have a little chat in the comments. But before we jump straight into this Q&A, because we're going to jump straight into it here in just a minute, I wanted to share a scripture with y'all. I wanted to kind of encourage you for a minute. Christmas is coming, and it's just a time to reflect, to ponder on things, and to be thankful and to be grateful for all that the Lord has done for us. And I have this platform here where I can share the gospel with you all. And I don't want to ever take that for granted. I don't ever want to cut that out of my channel. I may lose a few, and I totally understand that if I do, but the Lord is first in my life. So I always want to glorify Him and to share Him. And even if I do not mention scripture or the Lord in all of my videos, I hope that my life and the way that I live my life would honor Christ, and you could see Him through me and just the way that I live my everyday life. But I do want to start this video with a little bit of scripture. It's one of my favorite scriptures. I actually have probably 2 to 3 favorite scriptures. I'm just going to try to narrow it down. It's actually in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us." And I just absolutely love that, because it just reminds me that all the things in this world, all the things that we can gain, that we can have, none of it matters. We do not need to entangle ourselves with things or with sin, because the Lord has He's marked out a plan for us, the race set before us. We just need to follow Him and walk in that plan that He has for us, and throw off everything else that entangles us, that weighs us down, that bogs us down, that wraps us up in sin, and get rid of all of that and follow the Lord. Follow completely steadfast. Keep your mind steadfast on the Lord. Follow Him. He will lead the way. And it's encouraging to me to know that there's other believers out there. We have a cloud of witnesses, and there's other believers, and you're not alone in your walk with Christ. And there's people out there that can build you up in your faith and can encourage you. So I hope that I'm an encouragement to someone out there. I hope that I'm an encouragement to my family, because here on this earth, they're my number one, to encourage and to uplift and to point to Christ, but also other people, I want to be able to point them to Christ as well, and for them to have a relationship with the Lord, because that is the most important thing that you could ever do in your life, is to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. But one of the scriptures that I always think about at Christmas time is when Mary, after she has Jesus, she says that she ponders all of these things in her heart. And I just think about that, because the years fly by so fast, and you just watch your children grow, or you just watch your family grow, and sometimes you just need to sit down, soak it all in, ponder those things, ponder them in your heart, cherish them in your heart, let it, put down the phones, put down all the things, and just really just watch your family, just watch them, and just soak it all in this Christmas season, and forget all the hustle and bustle that we get caught up in, and just really take time and enjoy your family, because next year they'll be a little bit bigger. They'll be a little bit older. They won't like some of the things they like this year, and I'm trying to sorry y'all, and I'm just trying to remind myself that they're not little for long. Well, I didn't mean to get emotional like that, but anyway, let's just go ahead and jump straight into this Q&A. I asked over on my community tab on YouTube if you had any questions, and some of you did, so I'm going to go to those now. And we're just going to jump straight into it. All right, the first question says, do you switch anything up with your homeschool curriculum during December? And actually, I kind of do. We still keep our core language arts and math, but I do like to add in different Christmas stories, Christmas crafts, and just add in lots of fun things in December. We do the Christmas story in December, the birth of Jesus, and sometimes I print out different curriculums that go along with Christmas. Some kind of mini unit, things like that sometimes, but a lot of it is just a lot of hands-on. I let the kids you know, as they get older, they like to get in the kitchen and try to bake their own cookies and muffins. And I try to let them do that. Because now that I'm getting older and they're getting older, I see the importance of letting them just get in the kitchen and let them make a mess, because you know what, those messes can be cleaned up, but they're going to grow up and eventually they're not going to be in there making messes. They'll be like my teenagers, which can completely clean up after themselves. And you know, so as I'm getting older, I'm learning that it's important to let them do hands-on things, because it's teaching them life skills. It's helping them to learn and to grow and be able to take care of themselves when they're older, by just letting them have at it. Like if they want to do something, just try to say yes, and more yes rather than no, especially in the month of December, because we have lots of fun Christmas baking going on and things like that. So as far as that, but like I don't change like an actual curriculum, I guess you could say, for the month of December, but I do add in a lot of hands-on things in December. And we usually stop school, like our book work. I think this year, I've got it down December 13th. So we do school like 2 weeks in December, and then the rest is just all hands-on learning and fun. And we take our neighbors' gifts and things like that. Next question says, I love watching your videos. My question is, what time do you wake up during the week and the weekend? So the week and the weekends are all the same for me, because Jackson and Millie are my little alarm clocks, mostly Jackson. So I wake up about 7:15, which I know it's super early, but it's kind of early. And I like that time because it just gets my day started. I personally don't like to sleep late anyway, even if I could. I don't know, I just feel like I'm wasting my day away. So usually I start my day about 7:15, I would say. That's week. The next one says, advice for raising tween and teen girls. Oh goodness. First of all, just patience and prayer, and I've always said it's more about getting the child's heart than it is getting the rule across. Like if I have their heart, like if I have a relationship with them and they can come and talk to me and they feel comfortable with that, then they're going to want to follow the rules, I guess you could say. Not that they're perfect or they follow all the rules. I'm not saying that at all. But if it's more, you laugh with them and you talk with them and you just you build that relationship with them, and then it's easier to put those rules in place, or to handle whatever it is you need to handle, any kind of disobedience or anything, discipline. It's just easier that way. So I guess my number one tip for me and for everybody is just building a relationship with your children, a relationship of trust, and where they can talk to you about anything, even if it's something that they probably shouldn't have done, or they knew they shouldn't have done. They can still come to you and say, look, I did this or whatever. And you have that relationship where you can talk, and it's just a relationship of trust. And especially with mother and daughter, since I have 9 girls, I'm learning that it's really important to have a really good relationship with your children as they get older. So, because as all seasons, that season will pass. All right, the next one says, do you set a budget for birthdays and Christmas? So I'll start with birthdays. For birthdays, for all of my children, they get 2 things each for their birthday. That's a big gift, and that's something small. And they usually tell me what they want for their big gift. And sometimes they'll tell me what they want for their small gift, or either I'll just surprise them. And that's not really a set budget. We just base it on the child and what they want. And it's just that 2 gift rule for their birthday. And as far as Christmas, I don't have like a set budget for each child. It's more of how many gifts they get each child. I like for it to be even under the Christmas tree. So if I've got, 4 gifts, all kids are going to get 4 gifts, if that makes sense. Instead of just doing like a price point, because like Jackson could care less about toys right now. So his budget's going to be really small compared to one of my teenagers that are interested in more things, but they'll have the same amount of gifts. So that's just kind of how we do it here, is just making sure everything's even and fair, because I don't know if your kids do this, but my kids they like to take all the presents out from under the tree, stack their piles up, and they'll count their gifts. So I never want them to count and be like, they've got 2 or 3 more than me, because when they're little, they don't really understand that. So I like for it to be fair and even. All right, the next one says, what are your goals and dreams for 2025? Number 1 is just to draw closer to Christ, to get to know him better, and just have that relationship. And then another one is just more family time, making memories together. And then I guess personally for me, it would be more in the kitchen. Like this last couple of months, I've been in the kitchen so much, learning new things with sourdough and bread and bacon. I'm just having so much fun at it. Like it's a real hobby for me. So I guess I just want to learn more on that, like teach myself more on cooking and baking and just learn more on that for me personally. I would like to do that in 2025 more. The next one says, your favorite Christmas tradition. We have a couple, but I guess my favorite, I love Christmas morning because of all the excitement, but I also love Christmas Eve because we just hang out as a family. It's just a sweet time. Everybody's so excited for Christmas morning. We're in the kitchen, we're baking cookies, and Josh reads the Christmas story out of the Bible. And that's just a very special time for me. So I would say our Christmas Eve tradition is probably my favorite. But a couple of other ones is we always go get milkshakes and we go look at Christmas lights through the month of December. That's always a lot of fun. All right, the next one says, how has having a son changed the family dynamics? I would say it's really changed a lot. It's fun having a little boy. Like, y'all, my kids, the girls are over the moon over him. Like, they just love him so much. Somebody is always kissing on him. Like, they're in love with him. We all are. And it's just, we love having a little boy in the house. It's something new to us. And Josh obviously loves having another male in the house. Now there's 2 males instead of just one. It really hasn't really changed our dynamic, but it's just, we're really enjoying it. All right, the next one says, will you have more children? Do you feel like with a big family, each child has enough one-on-one time? Love your channel. As far as more children, Josh and I were just talking about this recently. We're both content. We're both content with the children that we have, but we're not saying like absolutely no to more because we know ultimately the Lord is in control of that, and we would be open to another one and be perfectly content with another and blessed, but we're also content with the ones that we have. So we're not like planning for more children, I should say. And then do I feel like my children have enough one-on-one time? That is something that is very important to Josh and I both, is to make sure each child feels important and loved. Instead of just always doing things at groups, sometimes he'll take 1 or 2 kids with him. And sometimes I'll just take one or two kids with me, whether that's just to run to the store, if it's to take them to get their nails done, just something special to make that child feel like they are very important, is something that's important to us. So yes, we do try to, for him and I both, take turns taking a child out and just having that time, quality time with them, just quality time, whether it be fishing or hunting or getting nails done or shopping, whatever it may be. We try to make them feel special in their own way. All right, so the next one says, Shasta and Josh, what are y'all's favorite and least favorite foods? My favorite food would probably be Italian, but American food would probably be a burger, like a cheeseburger. And then my least favorite food, Josh makes this stuff. What's it called? Is it salmon stew? I think that's what it is. I despise it. I even despise the smell of it. I hate it, but that's something that he loves. That's one of his favorites. And then he also just likes steak and baked potato, things like that. And I guess his least favorite, he doesn't really like a lot of pasta, like spaghetti and stuff. That's not his favorite. Next one says, what's your favorite Christmas movie? I don't know. We just watched one a week ago. It was like 2 weeks ago, maybe. I think it's like a Hallmark movie, but it's where they have they find this little puppy on their sidewalk. I don't remember the name of the movie. I'll have to look that up and let y'all know. I don't remember, but it was a cute little movie that we all enjoyed. But as far as like watching one, like the cartoon kind, I guess, would probably be like the Polar Express. The kids like the Polar Express a lot. The Star. If y'all have not watched The Star, look that movie up. It is excellent. That is my #1 favorite. I could watch that movie over and over. I guess I would probably pick The Star. That's our favorite Christmas movie. All right, the next one says, I recently watched a Q&A with your daughter, Kylie, and her boyfriend, and one of the questions was, do you like her boyfriend? She kind of was hesitant to answer. What do you think about her boyfriend? Josh and I both really like him. We both think he's a great guy. I don't really think she was hesitant about saying anything about it. She's just got like kind of a shy personality, but yes, we both really like him. Someone says, do you do Secret Santa with the kids? And yes, we do. This is something we have so much fun with. This is another Christmas tradition, but we put all of our names in a basket. We actually just drew names the other day so we know who our person is. We have a $5 budget. We go to Five Below. Josh takes some of the kids, I take some of the kids, and we all pick out a gift for that person, come home and wrap it, and we usually go ahead and open it up that night. And it's just so much fun. It just builds so much excitement. The kids can't wait to see who got them. They can't wait to pick out a gift for the person they got. That's a lot of fun. It says, do you still have Willie, your dog, and chickens? Yes, we have Willie. We've had Willie since 2020, so I guess 4 years now. We still have him, yes. And then our chickens, yes, we still have our chickens. And it said you had goats. Yes, we did have goats, I think about 2 years ago. We enjoy having goats. They are a lot of work and they do get out a lot. I'm not saying that we won't ever have any more in the future because I don't know, but yeah, we did have goats at one point a couple of years ago. The next one says, what is your favorite childhood Christmas memory? So I guess I have two. There was one where I was kind of upset. I don't remember. It was like an evening time and I was kind of upset. And my grandpa had a Santa Claus outfit where he would dress up like Santa Claus. And I don't think that I knew that he was Santa Claus though. No, I didn't. And my parents had called him and asked if he would dress up and come. It was like close to Christmas time to come to our house. And he came in dressed in his Santa's outfit, y'all. I was so excited to see Santa Claus. Did not even realizing that was my papa that was holding me the whole time. But yeah, that's one favorite Christmas memory. And then another one was actually my brother and I, we really wanted a four-wheeler. Like we had wanted a four-wheeler for a long time. And my dad had bought us one and he put it in his shop and wrapped it all in Christmas lights. So when he opened the shop doors and we went in, there was a four-wheeler sitting there wrapped up in Christmas lights. And we were just like, I can't even explain the excitement we had over that four-wheeler. But that was another really special memory that really sticks out to me are those two. Those were sweet childhood memories to me. This one says, are you gonna do Christmas pictures? And we actually already did. We got those back and they're absolutely great. I sent for some to be printed so we can hang them on our wall. Well, I had to bring my camera in here, put it on charge because it died, but I guess it died at the perfect time because that was all the questions that I had. I just posted this on my community tab last night, and so I'm sure I'll have more questions come in since it's kind of a short notice, and if I do, I will try to answer that throughout Vlogmas somewhere in my videos. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I thank y'all so much for watching and hanging out with us, and I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button before you leave today. Give this video a thumbs up, and as always, I'll talk to you in the comments. Bye, friends.